Welcome to the Courtroom Chronicles. This channel is dedicated to educational content based on real-life cases and true events. This content shared here is drawn directly from the actual case file, and no names, places, or items have been changed. However, the content has been carefully summarized and presented for educational purposes in a comprehension format to inform, enlighten, and spark meaningful discussions. Whether you're here to learn, reflect, or simply understand the real-world scenarios better, you're in the right place. We believe in the power of truthful storytelling to educate and inspire. Disclaimer: while all stories are based on real cases, they are presented in a condensed and structured format for clarity and learning. Viewer discretion is advised where necessary. This case is cited from the Nigerian High Court online file, which is public record. This is a case between Yusuf Binta Fatima v. Famzhi Interbiz Ltd. FCT HCC 26/7/2020. This case was brought before the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, under the Undefended List Procedure, which allows a claimant to obtain a quick judgment where the defendant has no real defense to the claim. Claims made by the claimant. Yusuf Binta Fatima sought the sum of $5,162.56, being the value of her investment with Famzhi Interbiz Ltd. 10% post-judgment interest until full liquidation. Background: Fatima initially invested $500,000 in August 2019, which grew to over $5 million by March 2020 through additional investments and accrued interest. The defendant paid only a portion of the expected returns and then defaulted. Fatima's legal team issued a demand letter on 10/08/2020, which the defendant received but ignored, prompting the legal action. Defendant's defense: Famzhi Interbiz Ltd. filed a notice of intention to defend with two main arguments: that Fatima's counsel should be disqualified due to an alleged breach of professional conduct rules because another lawyer in the same firm deposed to the affidavit, that the court should strike out the case due to a supposed arbitration clause, arguing that disputes must first be resolved through mediation or arbitration. Court's findings: on the issue of the legal representation, the court held there was no violation of professional conduct rules. The deposing lawyer was not involved in the subject matter and wouldn't be a witness. On the arbitration argument, the court found no binding agreement between the parties. The alleged notice on the defendant's office wall did not amount to a contractual arbitration clause. The affidavit from the defendant's staff lacked credibility. He did not specify his role in the company, and his assertions were not backed by documentation. The investment was not proven to be non-refundable, and no documents stated that. Instead, the claimant provided credible investment certificates and payment receipts. The court also found the defendant's affidavit failed to disclose a valid defense, and no tribal issue was raised. Final judgment: the court entered judgment in favor of the claimant, ordering payment of $5,162,256 to the claimant, 10% post-judgment interest per annum until full payment, $100,000 in costs against the defendant. Who won the case and why? Winner: Yusuf Binta Fatima, claimant. Why the defendant lost: no valid arbitration agreement was shown to exist. The claim that the investment was non-refundable was unsupported by any written agreement. The defendant's evidence was poorly structured and lacked credibility. The affidavit did not raise any triable issues sufficient to move the case to the general cause list. The defendant failed to respond to a demand letter, reinforcing the presumption of indebtedness. Further legal analysis: how this could have been avoided. Proper contractual documentation. If Famzhi Interbiz Ltd. intended that investments be non-refundable or subject to arbitration, explicit terms should have been included in the investment form or in a signed agreement. Clear dispute resolution clauses. Arbitration or mediation agreements must be expressly written and agreed upon, not assumed through notices pasted on walls. Prompt communication. The defendant's failure to respond to the demand letter was a major misstep. A formal reply could have opened room for negotiation or settlement. Competent legal representation. The affidavit defending the suit was weak, vague, and unsupported, which made it easy for the court to dismiss. A better defense strategy with proper documentation might have at least earned a chance to be heard under the general cause list. Avoiding abuse of court process. Filing applications perceived as frivolous and vexatious by the court backfired and strengthened the claimant's position. Thanks so much for watching, fam. I really appreciate you spending your time with me. If you enjoyed the content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, drop a comment below, and let me know what you think about the case. I love hearing your thoughts and feedback. And hey, if you felt a connection or learned something new, give this video a like and share it with someone who might enjoy it too. Until next time, stay safe, stay real, and I'll catch you in the next one.